Outsource the Ordinary, where we unpack how you can transform your business through outsourcing. I'm your host, Abdul Wahab, and I have someone, Osman from athGADLANG. Welcome, Obi. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much, Wahab. Happy to be here. Love the title, honestly. Outsource the Ordinary. I mean, outsourcing has gotten a bad rap. It's time we change that.
Exactly. Outsourcing isn't just about placing people, it's about amplifying your business. So before we dive in, Obi, you've been in this business for years. Can you actually tell us about your first experience? Was it love at first contract or?
Love at first contract, I wish. Well, more like a blind date gone completely wrong. But you know what? That taught me what not to do. And over time, we've developed a process, we've kind of formalized it, made it into a fun-filled machine of achieving results.
Perfect teaser for today's conversation. Let's get started. So, Obi, let's start with the real elephant in the room. For people, outsourcing refers to offloading your work overseas and cost cutting. What is the real story?
Well, you're right. I mean, you have pointed in the right direction. The first thing that comes to mind when people think about outsourcing is cost cutting. I would say that the most important element about outsourcing is really about leveraging and not really cost cutting. It's expanding your arms, expanding your brains. Think of it more like hiring specialists. Think of it as a kitchen where you've got a Michelin star chef who can come in and, cook for you. So think of it in those terms. And I think the world is beginning to realize this. Yes, you're right. Years ago, it started with a lot about cost cutting and outsourcing just the mundane tasks. But as things have progressed and with technology, what we're seeing is that people also outsourcing more skilled work to us.
I love that. So it's not a cost hack, it's a technique hack as well, like getting expertise outsourced and getting them to work with you in a remote environment.
Absolutely. I mean, think about it as augmenting your teams so that you have the expertise. Think it's a whole process that needs to be chalked out. It's about cultural integration. And really, where I've seen it work is where the one outsourcing is accepting the new team members or the remote team members as a team expansion process, rather than thinking of us as a vendor. They're thinking of us as the team members, as their partners in achieving the common goals that any organization have. I've really seen it successful. I've really seen it getting implemented successfully with that mindset.
That was very insightful, Obi. So now let's bust some myths. I'll be throwing some questions on you and you would have to answer why true, false, or it depends. All right?
Okay, sounds interesting. All game.
So the first one is, outsourcing always saves you money.
It depends. More often than not, it definitely saves money. But also the value addition in terms of the resource expertise. I think that's really what one should be focusing on.
Outsourcing kills company culture.
False, because again, if done right, thinking of the outsourcing partner as a partner and not a vendor, that really helps with culture augmentation and the cultural values kind of moving into your outsourcing partner. So really it depends on the organization, how they treat it and take it forward.
Outsourcing means losing control?
Well, actually, I like to say it's not about losing control or abdication of power. It's more about effective delegation. And really, the decisions are still made by the leadership team of the client. It's really the process that they're outsourcing.
You're making outsourcing sound less of a scary leap, but more of a calculated investment.
Absolutely, and that's what it is, with very good ROI, return on investment.
Give us an example of a real outsourcing done right.
I can think of lots of examples, but the one that I'd really like to share is about our North American client that came to us. It's a listed entity that came to us. They were having challenges with their finance team, and they were looking for reliable partners who could help them in arranging or organizing their processes, whether it came to their accounts receivables, accounts payables, whether it came to their reconciliations of financial statements and reporting processes. And over a period of time, one thing we made sure to them was Rome wasn't built in one day. So don't expect magic on date number 2. But let us come in, let us do an assessment. Let us come with suggestions of how we think the process could really work. And in them, we found an ideal mindset who were willing to kind of listen to us because we have that expertise and kind of work with us. And over time, over a period of a year, whereas they would historically have, say, backlogs of unprocessed transactions of maybe 3 to 6 months, we were able to convert those lags into 3 days only from 6 months. So we've successfully done that in terms of the turnaround time, in terms of KPIs that we've set that are broken into weekly and monthly reporting KPIs, and kind of created these goals at the team level, where the team also feels what they're doing and what they're achieving. So really, it's kind of creating these KPIs and goals that are aligned with the top leadership of the client, all the way to the people actually doing it. And then everybody celebrating in the wins.
That was very insightful and a very beautiful example. So, outsourcing did not just help them with their capacity problem, but it upgraded their whole system.
Yeah, absolutely. It was all about not just the human element, but also the technology element. And how do we come up with the right solutions that integrate well with their existing solutions to create a seamless process of both people and technology, while considering the culture, and kind of coming up with a solution that really provides smooth results.
So, being an experienced professional in outsourcing, what's one mistake companies are still making?
Well, I think one of the conceptual mistakes that I've seen many clients make is to think of any outsourcing vendor as a vendor. They should be thinking of them as a partner in the process, and the people who are involved in the process as team members. That's where it really goes right. And with that mindset, we have that mindset where we don't just consider clients as clients, but some like our partners in a process. And where I've really seen it successful is where this feeling is mutual.
Great answer, Obi. Now let's move on to our final round, which is going to be a rapid fire, in which I'm going to be asking you questions in which you have to answer. Keep it in-house, outsource, and in one statement, why?
Cool. All right, let's start.
IT security audits.
Definitely outsource to the expert. Too risky to do it yourself.
Social media content creation.
Outsource the campaigns, keep the brand and the branding in-house. It's a valuable asset for any organization.
And my favorite, payroll.
Definitely outsource unless you love tax codes during bedtime.
CEO coffee runs.
Definitely not something you can outsource. Yet.
That's a wrap of our first episode. Obi, thank you so much for sharing the insight.
Thank you so much, Wahab, for having me. I'd just like to end by saying that outsourcing isn't a shortcut. It's a strategy and needs to be given that kind of attention by the senior leadership of any organization thinking about it. And if done right, it will save time and cost, and in the process, you'll have an extended team working towards your goals and objectives.
In our next episode, we will be discussing why outsourcing isn't just about saving money, it's about bringing back your time. Please subscribe to the athGADLANG channel and see you all in the next episode.